Hello YouTube, welcome back to my garage. Today we're going to do a quick and easy, well I hope it's going to go easy, project here. Replacing the door pulls on a Lotus Elise or an Exige. So I already did one side, so I can learn from any of my mistakes, but I'll post a picture in the video here. Basically, one day I came to grab this and the whole plastic just kind of popped in. Here's the kind of a piece of the old door pull. You can see it's very brittle. So I last night I went ahead and did this side to make sure it would all work. This side was the worst. Had several cracks in it, and of course a big hole. The other side has kind of a crack starting right there, but it does not have a hole yet. And so let's jump into how to do this. I suspect that the one I'm going to call original one maybe have been replaced before, because these are typically held down by a like a silicone red black goop. This one had some, the previous one had some double-sided tape as well as the goop. So I suspect maybe that one had broken or fell loose before, and then they had either put that one back with double-sided tape. I don't know if that's going to be the case for the other side. We'll see there, but as you can see, this one is right now it's held in by weather strip adhesive. Had it cure overnight, seems to hold just fine. I had the option of doing double-sided, but I didn't want to do that. But I think that would be fine too. This doesn't see a lot of load, basically just pulling the door shut there. So I'm going to show you some tools I use for the other side. Don't know if I'm going to need more tools for this side, but this is a replacement door pull. It's a carbon fiber piece. These aren't too expensive. Of course, I think if you just get the factory plastic, they're like 30-40 bucks. This one was a little bit more. Many places to get these. I end up getting this over in the UK, had it shipped over here. I believe it's Elise parts. So these were in stock. I think I had some other choices to go to, but I think you had to wait. I didn't want to wait to do this. So as you can see, there is a left and a right side. They are not symmetrical with both sides, but essentially this one kind of goes in, replace this one. You do have to remove the old one, and that's kind of the hard part of it. So let me first start by putting on some tape all around that one so we don't scratch up any paint. Alright, let me get to do that. Alright, got some masking tape down. What I did is I covered everything, and then I kind of cut without cutting into the paint. Just cut around this. Still some not great edges there. These ones I cut, but the blade didn't quite go through, so I had to rip it. I want to do it like this because that way I can index where the new one goes. There is a little bit of play, as in you can like shove this forward a little bit, so there's a gap here. But yeah, let's see, and you guys can see the crack. I'm gonna do some light prying and see if this breaks. It kind of already has a little give to it, so I think it will break pretty easy. Yep, see that? Yep. It's chipping. So I didn't really have the other side's a lot easier because it was already got a hole in it, but there was really no trick to it. I just kind of worked myself around, kind of making a mess, making sure I don't drop anything into the door frame itself. So let me just keep working this with the pry tool. I try not to damage any paint there, so I'm going to kind of go at this slowly. I do have a heat gun as well. I find that helps, at least on the other side where there is an adhesive, that does help loosen that up. So, all right, let me get working on that. What has been working well for me is just heating it up and then working the blade tool in there. As you can see, there's some like old, there was a double-sided tape here, but this black goop is really the stuff you end up having to cut. I think if you're not careful, you can peel up some paint. So as you can see, I think this is going to peel a little bit with it. I'm going to make sure that it doesn't peel too much, or whatever part peels, I can cover it under the old stuff, so making sure it doesn't go beyond here. So I'm going to be a little bit more careful. But as you can see, this stuff is real brittle. You can some of this I've just been picking it off like with my hand like this. See that? So anyways, I'm going to keep going. All right, checking in again. So this whatever adhesive they have going on here, the double-sided tape parts come off pretty easy. You just run a wedged in and they kind of come out. This adhesive stuff is really strong. I don't want to pry too much because they kind of take off a layer of paint that's right underneath there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these instead. I had to do a little bit on that side, but that side didn't have as much adhesive as this side. These plastic parts are breaking off, and half of it staying on the adhesive side, half of it like here, they're just coming off in chunks. So I think right now it's a good time to maybe trim these carefully, and did a pretty good job on the other side, not cutting into the paint. So I'm just going to take my time on this one. So I got a little razor blade and going to go at this. All right, so this is a finished product with removal. This is some sort of like primer, and then the rubber sealant goes around it. I notice if I pry up on it, it'll remove a little bit like this, maybe the clear coat right there. So I decided not to remove it entirely. I just cut it as flush as I can. So let's see how the new part would go. So the new part just installs right there. You can see there is maybe a little bit of size variation there. I had it pretty tight, but overall I think it's going to cover all the marks that I had made on there from removal. So I already degreased this part. I'm going to degrease this part, and what I use is this stuff, weather strip adhesive. What I did is I coated just this layer, a goop around it, and then I stuck this on, held it on by tape, position it, and then held it down by tape it over, and let it dry overnight. But all right, I'm gonna show you what that looks like. All right, got the adhesive in there, gooping down a little bit. I'm gonna catch that, and it looks like I got a little light spot. I'm gonna catch that before. Let's see that. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. I'm gonna make sure I clean up any goops before I can it dries there. I try not to go too heavy on this side, and then the two corners seems to be where most of the strength comes from. So all right, let's add this on here. I'm gonna do two hands so I don't mess this up, and I'm gonna clean up that goop. All right, so that goop, what I did is after I set this piece in, I just ran my finger through here. Since I had tape on both sides, it just kind of smeared a line. And then I taped everything down. So I started in the middle and I kind of taped it, pushing it down. There's no wiggle in it. So what we're gonna do here is just let it dry, and Hopefully it should match the other side there. So I'm going to come back later today and show the final product there, finished product. All right, welcome back. So been 24 hours. This is my tape job. You can see I got some cleaning up to do. Yesterday I got distracted and did some other stuff. So let's see how it held up. I'm gonna start peeling tape here. Got one hand, so a little bit. Let's see. All right. So I can already see that the new one may have just been a touch smaller where the old one is, because I can see the outline there. That was the case for the other side as well, and what I did is I just used a little polish to kind of polish this off. So now all that's left is the tape that I put on the thing itself. So yeah, a little cleanup to do. Alright. So, yep. It's on there good. Alright, well, looks like that. So I'll do a little cleanup there. You can see where kind of dirt is on the old one. And a little bit over here. Also on this side. Yep, that's the finished product. We'll see how long that lasts. The weather strip, this is the stuff I end up using. Weather strip adhesive. And I hope that will stay. If not, I'll just glue it back again. But alright. Well, that concludes this quick project. I think if I just sat down and did it, it'll probably take me about an hour to do both sides, maybe a little longer. This side was harder than that side. If I knew that, I would probably make the video on that side and doing this side. But yeah, just kind of a messy job. Have to take your time and a lot of cleanup later. All right, well, that's it for this quick project. Thank you guys for watching.